Good afternoon still. Welcome to a match of Dota 2. It's gonna be between Moscow 5 and Dare. And we're gonna see these two teams in a battle for Star Series Season 3. And just like always, I have a short disclaimer about Star Series, because I am not an official caster for StarLadder. For the official cast, you can go to Owned TV, and there is indeed an English official cast for this match. It is casted by Epi, so you can check him out if you want to. At the same time, this match, I mean, you all know how StarLadder works, right? It's like everybody faces each other once, you get a point for winning and stuff like that. And, well, even 3 points for winning, I think. Yeah, I think you get 3 points for winning, so that's a lot of points. Anyway, right now, Moscow 5, we've seen them in the rest of the tournament already, of course. They have done extremely well. They are now second place in StarLadder rankings, and already guaranteed their spot for the Kiev LAN finals, because only the top 8 will continue on. And, well, they are already going through, because this is actually not their last match, but their second last match, so they cannot drop any, well, low enough to not go to Kiev anymore. However, Dare has played 12 games so far, so still need to play 3 in total. And they are 14th place right now, so they have no chance anymore to make it to Kiev, but they will fight for honor nonetheless, because of course it is a ladder system, so the bottom 2, I believe, will be going to the division below the Star Series. They will go to the Pro Series instead, so they need to win to be able to stay ahead of well, stay ahead of the other ones that are low on their ranking so far. But at least for Star Series in total, it doesn't make that much difference. It's only for the teams, for their honor. And of course for Moscow 5 still, I mean, they want to be making that team prize, getting that money. Because there is, for all top 8 players, or top 8 teams I should say, there is a prize money. And, well, they are 2. They want to be, of course, staying number 2. And maybe even number 1. They still have a chance to make it to number 1. So we're gonna see if 5 can take this win. The draft is already going on. As you can see, we have a Lycan, Lanaya, Rubik, Naga Siren, Invoker, and Darkseer ban. Nothing really all too special. It left Leshrac and Chaos Knight and Morphling in the team for Dare. I like their pickups, they're very strong. We've seen Leshrac, Chaos Knight dual lane. They can take the attention away from Morphling while he's farming, as we've seen it being done before. So at least a very strong dual lane. Morphling could potentially solo, but I'm expecting him to be on a dual lane as well, and then a solo lane for them. So I don't think they're going to go for a jungle hero anymore, even though Leshrac and Enchantress are still in the pool. But the Gen has already been picked up by M5, so they want to have the jungle hero for them. Already they've picked up the Tidehunter as well, so going to go for the team fight. And right now, they need to have something that can, well, either a hard carry, either they want to go for a anti-mage or something like that, or they need to have something to also be able to deal with that Chaos and Leshrac combination mid-game. Maybe they even want to pick up a Wisp to get ready for a combination that's incoming then at the next 2 picks after the next ban phase. But we'll see actually what they're going to go for. They still have a lot of options. Tidehunter is known to go solo as well, so we might see that one coming off from him. And Tidehunter is even a solo that could take it up against Chaos Knight Leshrac. Broodmother is the same kind of hero, even though if he is visible, then he is kind of squishy against Leshrac Chaos Knight, but he is going to be a solo lane, I think, 4 and 5. And he is going to be on that long lane, I would guess, to make sure that whenever someone leaves that lane on the bottom lane, there will be pressure on the towers there. We have got a Venomancer ban out coming up from there. A hero that they don't want to face. They don't want to have that one as their support either. So another support banned out by Moscow 5, a Shadow Demon. That is a counter towards the anti-mage. So we might see an anti-mage ban out by Dare, and if they don't, then I would expect them to be him to be picked up here. But I'm not 100% sure, because Tidehunter as well as Broodmother are already melee heroes, and if you also have a melee melee carry, of course he can blink, and it'll make slight difference, but it's not ideal for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
But let's see. Dara's ban out is gonna be next. And one thing that I have to note, I mean, we've seen semi-trial lanes before with the Broodmother and the Venomancer and the jungle hero next to that, but maybe they ban out the Venomancer because of that. Could be. We'll never know, however. We shall never know.
Remaining.
And it's going to be a native prophet that's going to be banned out. I was not expecting him to be picked up by M5. I mean, I already said, like, in theory, these two can already solo lane, the Tidehunter as well as the Broodmother. And the Chen is already in the jungle, so kind of confused why they would want to ban out that one. But we'll find out soon enough, I would think, what the thought behind that one was. Let's see, for the last ban out coming up for Moscow 5. It is gonna be an Enigma, so denying that extra jungle hero for Dare, perhaps, just to make sure that they can't deal with that one, or they can't pick that one. It would still, like I said, it could still be possible purely because that Morphling can indeed solo lane, and leaving for another solo lane and a jungle hero possibility for them. Let's see, though. It's gonna be for Dare first. They either need a support for their Morphling, in which case Crystal Maiden, yeah, well, no real surprise there. And then they only need one solo lane, and that could be basically anything, apart from the heroes that are banned out or picked up. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking team fight is what they miss, but Sand King solo lane can actually be very viable against that Broodmother, so maybe they'll do that actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, Dara, you should do that. Do it. Win the next pick. It's first gonna be Moscow 5, time to pick something up.
5 seconds.
And of course, Sand King didn't get banned out by M5, so they're quite comfortable of having their Broodmother up against a Sand King. I'm not stream cheating. Is it actually a Sand King though? That would be fun. We'll see though. Shrooms, there are other teams playing as well if you don't like these. Anyway, I have to say that both of these teams have been doing okay. Of course, the Moscow 5 has been doing a great job in StarLadder so far. And in case you hadn't heard, I mean, I'm sure that most of the people were aware that Moscow 5 was actually denied a spot in the Premier League Season 3. But CLG actually dropped out of the Premier League Season 3, and they invited M5 again as the stand-in for CLG, so M5 will be in the Premier League Season 3 again. I think they've definitely earned their spot with the performance that they've had over the past few weeks. Windrunner pick up 4 and 5, and that will mean that I have to say I'm a bit confused about their lanes, because Windrunner is a solo lane, Broodmother is a solo lane, Tidehunter can be seen as a solo lane. So in theory, everything is sorted for them apart from their K. Maybe we're gonna see Windrunner mid with their or Broodmother. Now I say Broodmother mid, but I don't really expect that. But Windrunner mid or Tidehunter to get that extra levels. Oh, there's the Sand King. Whoa. But yeah, I say Tidehunter mid because I like Tidehunter's solo laning because they get fast levels and they've got early ravages, and that is just such a big advantage. That is so that's what I'm hoping for, but it will depend on the last pick. I mean, we've seen Windrunner as a support before as well, so that could be a possibility too. It really depends on what kind of carry they are going for. I do think they should be going for a carry. Something that we kind of miss from them right now. Of course, we've seen Broodmother as a semi-carry before, as well as Windrunner, as well as Tide even. But yeah, against both a Chaos Knight and a Leshrac and a Morphling, they're gonna go for mid game all the way by the looks of it. Queen of Pain will be picked up here, and again, Queen of Pain is a solo lane. So I'm interested to see maybe Tidehunter Windrunner. I mean, we've seen Earthshaker Windrunner lanes from Asia before, so a Tidehunter Windrunner lane wouldn't be that awkward. But yeah, oh well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. As everybody's picking up their heroes so we can get the show on the road, we can jump ourselves into the game, see who's playing what, even though we already see most of that now. But yeah, and also the thing that comes from the chat as well. I mean, Chen and Broodmother, 2 heroes that are just very dangerous for pushing. I have to say, Queen of Pain, Windrunner, both of those are not really pushing heroes, more like, they can clear up creep waves very fast, obviously. They are more like counter push in a way, but yeah, they can clear the creep wave, but not as fast as pushing towers. And well, we'll see though, we'll see. And we have a pause coming off from Hawkeye. So let's see first who from M5 who is playing what. We see StarLadder on the Chen, we've seen Solo on the Queen of Pain, Nexus will be playing the Windrunner, Dread on the Tidehunter, and Seedoy playing the Broodmother. So that's the entire lineup for M5. They're actually all complete. That is not the case, however, on their side. They have got Fields in their midst right now. Fields, who is playing for Gamers League, and if you want to check out Gamers League later tonight, I'll be casting a best out of 2, or at least a league session, so 2 games for each team on each side between Gamers League and Next KZ, so you can check that one out. Starts at 7 CEST time, so 1900. But yeah, he is going to be playing that Morphling. We've seen Hawkeye soloing for Dare, and he is going to be on the Sand King, so he's going to try to be against the Broodmother if he estimates properly where Broodmother is going to be. Sava Doom is going to be on the Crystal Main, Grumpy is going to be on the Leshrac, and that will leave the Chaos Knight being played by Nose. Nose, who is known to be a mid-hero for Dare, so maybe we're going to see Leshrac Nose mid with Fails and Sava Doom on a safe lane, or on a safe lane, I would say, maybe. If there's more people that are having issues with the stream, let me know. Because I am not dropping frames by the looks of it. Or am I? How could I check that? Wait a second. No, I'm not dropping any frames.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you, thank you. It looks like Nose is going bottom. Still. Together with Grumpy, I mean that we know the lanes, how they're going to be divided for Gamers League. It was just a question of who goes where. So they're going to expect the Broodmother to be on the top lane, even though she is of course already on the way to the bottom lane. So we're probably going to have to see Hawkeye having to move around, because Broodmother is not going to be that sad that he's up against a dual lane, even though he can't really last hit that much, because when he shows himself, let's Rift, etc, etc. So. But he is at least going to be able to get experience, and better yet, he's going to be able to get more experience if Leshrac actually shows himself on the lane. 2 versus 1 combination. Queen of Pain will be taking up the mid for M5. And it looks like we're going to see a dual lane top Tidehunter and Windrunner, so still going for this combination. I mean, I said like we've seen Windrunner with Earthshaker before from Asia. A Tidehunter Windrunner, I mean, it should be fine. It is free farm for whichever one of these two will try to farm, which is going to be Nexus on the Windrunner. Especially if they're going to be up against the Sand King. Sand King won't be able to do that much. And of course Chen will be in the jungle for M5. So I'm going to see if there's actually going to be swap lanes coming off from there right now. We see Crystal Main is going to ward. Bit risky there, but going for it anyway. Oh, by the way, you can of course still... I'm just going to put that out again. The pennants that you were able to buy during TI2, they are viable again, or at least you can get items with them again if you're expecting a game where the team is playing, or which you have a pennant from. So you can go check that one out if you want. You can watch it inside the game. You have to buy a ticket to the game though, however. But no, I don't think that StarLadder was that expensive. I bought it myself, so not expensive. Otherwise I couldn't cast it. That's why I have it. So let's see. We're going to put all the last hits on the eyes because we want to see this. Windrunner will be having a fine time against Hawkeye. And Tidehunter will be able to harass maybe if he wants to. It will be Broodmother that might not be getting that much last hits, even though he's got 2 already. But has to be quite careful about showing himself. Well, maybe until Chaos Knight is level 2, he can be okay. So we already have a pool from Grumpy. This is actually a single pool. So if he's not gonna... No, he is. Probably gonna pull those as well, just to make sure that the lane gets entirely denied, or at least that one creep wave. Yeah, middle lane, Morphling and Crystal Main. In theory, Queen of Pain should be fine because she has her blink, obviously. But I mean, a Frostbite with a weak form if Solo is out of position and he only has 1 tango left, that might be a tough one for him to deal with. But we're gonna see how he's gonna handle that. I mean, theory-wise, should be okay. Hawkeye in the meantime getting harassed a lot here. There's already 1 gush. And it was nothing more than 1 gush, but he has to use himself. Only has 3 tangos left. We're gonna see if he's actually gonna gonna swap lanes, because that would be something that would work. And in the meantime, we see that Leshrac has not managed to successfully deny the entire lane, which will mean that the lane will get pushed out here. So we'll get some more experience towards Seedoy, and also we'll make sure that the lane gets to be a bit more towards his own tower, which is of course always nice to have. Donkey, gonna be having that soul ring already. So actually no, what? Donkey. There, sentry boards. That was what I was expecting. I was gonna say, who's getting a soul ring up on the bottom lane, apart from Broodmother, who has got the recipe for a soul ring. But yeah, sentry board. So they want to be trying to get a kill up on that Leshrac. Upon that Broodmother, with Leshrac helping out, of course. I mean, I said it before. The combination is just very deadly. Of course, Seedoy should know that Leshrac is around there somewhere, so he will be extra safe. But we're gonna see. In the meantime, this lane gets pulled again. Let's see if he's gonna be able to deny it this time. I think he is, though. Should be able to. Yeah, he should be able to. There we go. And that will mean that Seedoy has to move a bit forward again. In the meantime, no first blood just yet. I mean, normally I check where is going to be the first blood, which lane am I expecting the first blood on. I think right now they are looking good to try to get a first blood up on Seedoy. That's at least what they want to try. Of course, this guy here is of course very good first blood material as well. If he keeps overextending like this, he's level 2, level 4 Windrunner so far, and Tidehunter level 3. So it is definitely in favor of M5. No real surprise there, as I think that they should have just swapped lanes. Perhaps would have been easier. Although both Windrunner as well as Tide would not die that easily to this combination coming up from Nose as well to Leshrac. I mean, Windrunner can Windrun, trying to mitigate some of the damage. Wow, first blood happened on the mid lane. Like I said, that should not have happened. No more regen for the Queen of Pain. I guess she just bought her bottle. Yep, it's in the courier, but it was not there in time. She was too low. It was a Weave form. It was Crystal Maiden with a Frostbite as well as a Nova, I would imagine. And that was the first blood going towards M5. Dare. As we have Chen coming out of the jungle on the top lane. They don't care about the Sand King being there. They just want to push Sentry Ward in the meantime being placed on the bottom lane. So gotta keep an eye on this, because Reality Rift as well as the Chaos Bolt, followed up by Leshrac Stun and Edict, will be very painful. Has to be 4 seconds stun. Yeah, that is a kill for sure by Seedoy. And it is Chaos Knight that picks up the last hit. Like a bit of RNG going on there, but 4 seconds, there's just no escaping that next to his Sentry Ward. Burrow Strike up on the Chen. Weave Form through as well, because Fails joined here. Windrunner picks up the Crystal Maiden in the meantime. Chen trying to get away from this one. One more hit needed though, and it's Morphling that picks it up. He is morphing into strength, trying to do something. Still has a haste room. Gonna try to go for Tidehunter. Has mana for another Weave Form if he wants to. Gets the kill with it as well, as he gets harassed by the Windrunner. Burrow Strikes who hits up on the Windrunner though. Fails moving back now, using his bottle charges. Nexus on the run. Might be a Weave Form in 1 second to the low ground. Will there be one? Yes, there is. Right clicks going off. Windrunner away. Nexus still alive. Fails on the run, but Fails does not have boots. Windrunner does, and he looks like Fails is not able to pick up Nexus anymore, but he did get a lot of kills in the meantime. What happened at the same time was probably the same thing as happened earlier. Seedoy, this time very low on life, so not dying, but still fairly low. And Leshrac actually TP'd to the middle lane, it looks like. Maybe even top to help out there. And it was Morphling that picked up 2 kills, and had 3 kills in total. Well, of course, the first blood went to him as well, but 2 kills to Morphling, including that first blood money. That's not something that you really want to have. I mean, Morphling is named late game hero. Carry. Carry is the reason why Carry is called a carry is because you have to carry him early game. Oh, we have a disconnect, so probably have another pause. But you have to carry him early game, and he will carry you later game. That is basically why he's called a carry. At least that's what I've been told. But right now, I don't think Morphling needs carrying at all early game. Morphling is doing just fine. He's 3 for 0. He's happy. Happy times for Fails. As he's 20 to 12, which is not extremely much, but he's still beating the Queen of Pain, who was in the mid lane as well. Queen of Pain is 13 for 1. Is now level 4, and with Fails being level 5, so a level difference there as well. And that will mean that this mid lane, even though double lane versus solo lane, well, maybe because double lane versus solo lane, is going to be totally going towards their side. Top lane though, going towards M5 for sure, even though saying that, I do realize that they just had a lot of deaths on the top lane. Which might not be, well, 2 deaths even, might not be totally ideal. They did lose their Crystal Maiden, but that's just a Crystal Maiden. But the tower is down, so that will mean extra gold coming off 4 and 5. And meantime, bottom lane, looks like Cedo has been a bit more careful, although having said that, he's still hanging around that sentry ward, which he should know that is there. And we have got Shrek coming up. I see that there is an exchange of kills, but we are going to follow Grump here, because it looks like they're going to try to get a kill. Stun does hit up on Cedo. Here comes the Chaos Knight. There comes the Chaos Bomb. 4 seconds again. Edict going off, and it is Cedo once again that drops to the Chaos Knight. In the meantime, in the mid lane, it was a exchange of kills. I said it was Crystal Maiden killing up the Queen of Pain and Windrunner killing up the Queen of, the Crystal Maiden in return. So 1 for 1. Dread in the meantime, we farm through the wrong side. Shackle does last fails to an illusion. Dread so far still fine. Has got 2 tangos but fails. He doesn't care about the tower. He's gonna try to dive. Changed his mind. Here comes the Chen. Is he gonna change his mind as well? Still gonna go into the jungle. Wanna weave from up on Nexus, not being able to do so. Burst Strike hits up on the Chen. Hawkeye getting harassed by the Centaur as well. No stun anymore up on the Centaur though. That will help him. Sandstorm is up on the Hawkeye. And yeah, we'll be fine. And actually that was yeah, was fine. Hawkeye is gonna be fine. Power Shot did not kill him off anymore. I'm a bit confused there on who was on what side. And of course Tidehunter making it out alive there is a very great thing to have. Because he is close to his level 6 and he just wants to continue farming until he is that. Broodmother in the meantime, she managed to get 19 last hits. She did die twice, but still is doing okay. I mean, the thing about a Broodmother is, I mean, you can try to shut her down, and you know you can leave the lane if you think that they've shut her down enough. But as soon as you are leaving the lane, she will come back. And the thing about a Chaos Knight as well as the Shrek is both of these will at some point roam around to try and get kills, just like we see Chaos Knight probably not going towards bottom anymore. I mean, he is level 8, which is the time at which he is normally looking to roam around a bit more. And try to get some kills flowing right there. Invisibility rune up on Queen of Pain. Dodged harassment perhaps from Sava Doom as well as from Fails. We'll be able to get some free experience with that, just like Tyler just trying to now get experience on this middle lane. Going towards bottom lane regardless. Sentry ward already placed. This time Cedo is not going to make the same mistake again though. Or at least not for now. He's going to be in the jungle happily farming. Gotta make more spiralings. But Nose does get free from here. He is 38 for 10, which is already great to begin with, but having 2 kills on top of that is just doing very good. As well as their Morphling doing very good. Dare, I have to say, is looking in favor right here of... I have to say, I mean, F5 on paper should be the favorite of this match. Oh, Burrow Strike up on the tide. We firm over the top, and it's a kill. Scream does not do anything. Frostbite though will keep Solo in place, taking a lot of damage, but it's going to be blinking away from that one.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But yeah, like I said, it is on paper that M5 should be ahead of Dare, but this game, I mean, their strategy is pretty standard lately, like having a late game carry for Morphling, having some mid game with Chaos Knight, and they are executing it pretty nicely, and they're getting some kills as well upon their Morphling, which is of course very important. So overall they're looking okay. Sand King is even level 6 already, so definitely a happy thing right there as well. Whoa, why did my camera switch away from that one? Queen of Pain picking up the Morphling with a Sonic Wave. Saba Doom able to TP out. Sorry that. There was a blink in, and that is level 6. That is level 6 on the Tidehunter. Ravage up on him. Sentry ward being placed here. Again, they're so trying to catch out Cedo, but he is being very careful. Weird camera switch. In the meantime, I mean, I talked about Dare having their strategy work for them. Right now, with the Tidehunter level 6, we might see some more aggression coming out from M5 because they have their team fight sorted. And of course, they want to take this game in the mid game. Tide will be sent home, should be fine. Reality Rift up on the Chen though, 4 second stun as well, and that is a kill for sure. Morphling picking it up because he can. Double damage run up on the Queen of Pain, and they are looking for a target, and they're going to find it in the way of Grumpy. It's gonna be Spiders helping out as well. They know Chaos Knight is not there just yet. Where's Slow? Where's something? Queen of Pain blinking in. Right click. Oh, right click. We'll get the kill. No more mana needed to take that one. And it's Queen of Pain that picks up the kill. Second kill of the game. One on Morphling, one on the Shack. I'm not doing that bad after having a not too great of a start. And right now with the tower down here on this top lane as well as with the kills, I'm gonna switch to net worth because obviously also we can't really count the last hits of the kills at Leshrac. that much because there's spiralings there. Ooh, we have some trouble for Nose here. He's gonna try and let us down. Still gets it 2 seconds, but Solo already blinked away from that one. Seedoy getting harassed by the tower, but we'll be fine as well. Spiraling's taking care of the creep wave, and it is actually Nose that's backing off. So this might be a tower going the way of M5. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do that though. TP in from the Shrek, he might be able to slow stuff down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nobody coming to save it just yet. Tower going out slowly but steadily. And Seedoy just waiting to see who's gonna come to try and save it. Because he knows someone should come, and he now finds the Shrek, so we'll be able to see that. In the meantime, Fails back to farming on his middle lane. He is 60 for 18, doing an amazing job. His highest up on net worth as well. I mean, they have got no towers down just yet, but with that Morphling already higher than both Windrunner as well as a Broodmother, and I have to say Windrunner, considering she has had pretty much free farm on the top lane as well as 2 kills. She's not doing all that great, even though she is also 60 for 21. But not having the same, just not having the same amount. Does she have something in the donkey? That could be the case. No, Sentry Ward's going the way of the tide. And the Gunner Ward, counter ward is successful. Finding that one. In the meantime, Seedoy once again up for his Nemesis Nose as well as Grumpy. There should not be any Sentry Wards left on these two. Nope. No Sentry Wards. And there's gonna be a gang set up. Here comes Queen of Pain as well as the Tide. The Ravage is up there. They want to go for it. They walk past a Sentry Ward though. So they see them coming. And we see Tide backing off again, knowing that he wouldn't be able to get a good Ravage in anymore. Like, that was the ward that they just walked right through. They may have counter-warded there, but it was just too much smoke up on the Chen in the meantime, who was building towards his mechanism. Almost got it though. 600 gold before his recipe. It's fine. Doing good. Let's see if we have someone else building a mechanism there as well, because that will be the main difference. Like if you're talking about M5's advantage over Dare right now, because I already said carry and semi carry are there for mid and late game for Dare, but M5 they need their team fights, and if you compare the team fights, like I mean, yes, there's an epicenter up on there, but there's a mechanism to counter that slightly coming off from the Chen, as well as a Ravage, as well as a Sonic Wave, and AoE wise, I mean, yeah, Crystal Main can throw out her ultimate, and her Nova is definitely not bad on the Shrek. Even though he's pretty squishy, he can just run around with his Nova and his Edict, but it's still not as much as M5 has. So we're gonna see if M5 can force out the team fights that they want, because obviously we've seen them try just now on the bottom lane, but they were scouted out, so no longer can do that one. And we actually have Shrek. You are slightly on the wrong side. Chen is gonna, smoke is gonna be popped off. Gonna get a 3-second stun. Shrek coming in as well for the follow-up stun. Edict, Nova, follow-up stun not even needed, and there he goes. And Shrek picking up the kill. Burst Strike hits up on the creep of the Chen because I really want that one. Queen of Pain in the meantime was able to pick up the Crystal Main. Sonic Wave being used for that one. As well as Chen maybe with an ensnare from his Warlord Troll. And Broodmother in enemy grounds, but no Sentry Ward up again for the Radiant side, so he is fine for now. There is a dust though on the Shrek, so should they know he is close, they will try to do something here. And right now, I mean, Dread, he really wants to Ravage stuff, he really wants a team fight. He is now versus a Morphling who's morphing into strength. I don't think they can get him even if they use the Ravage. Tier 1 tower still drops, so there's the third tower rather that drops in the game, and all 3 dying on the side of Dare. That is a difference as well, that of course M5 has over Dare with that pushing power coming off. Tide! Whoa, hello! Burst Strike, hello, Stun and Edict. That was Shrek taking the last hit up on the Tide Hunter, who still hasn't been able to throw the Ravage, by the way. But yeah, it's gonna be pushing power, that's also a difference. Although having said that, I mean, Shrek should not be underestimated as pushing power, because he's, of course, that Edict is just deadly for towers. And apparently deadly for Tide as well. But yeah, Broodmother can left alone for a second. Tier 1 tower dead. Windrunner gonna be on the top lane, gonna try to stop Fails from farming or from feeling safe for farming here. But in the meantime, it's 2 versus 1, so Windrunner cannot do all that much in reality. She did manage to pick up her 4-staff as well. Space Boots, so the start is there, and she doesn't need to build a mech because obviously Chen is already doing that for her. So curious to see what she's gonna go for next, because she kinda needs to be a semi-carry for a 4M5 right now. Or getting a sheep stick, maybe something like that to deal with that Morphling later on, if it gets that much later on. which is of course something that M5 does not really want to let happen. In the meantime, we see Tidehunter. I mean, like I said, he's playing a bit of a supportive role, but does have his Ravage, but item-wise, he's just not that far ahead. So he's, well, maybe he's gonna get an urn with those gauntlets, but otherwise, bracers all the way. It's nice too. Their structure's fortified because pressure is on from the Sand King as well as from the Chaos Knight. And they're gonna try to pressure down the first tower of the game on the side of M5. Tier 1 tower, creep wave coming in. There will be people coming in from the back though. Here comes Queen of Pain thinking about doing something here. TP in as well. And it's the TP out from the Sand King. Will be in time. Yes, it will be. It was actually Windrunner that cancelled her TP again because Windrunner got interrupted with that TP, probably by Fields, who takes the gush from the Tidehunter and is going to try to TP out. Ravage being used though to stop that from happening. Will it be a shackle? 1 second for another shackle. Power shot. 15 HP, still morphing into strength, and there he goes. Tidehunter picking up the kill. Queen of Pain checking out just in case he was able to get away, but Morphling dying for the second time this game as he is building towards a Mantis. Oh, hello! They find the Chaos Knight who lands a 3-second stun. Sonic Wave as well. Windrunner will not die yet. Still will die. Sand King Burrow Strike. I was gonna say Chaos Knight still drops or died before the Windrunner dies towards the Tidehunter. Leshrac here now as well is a bit on troubled ground right now. I do think that he is not going to be able to run away from this Queen of Pain at least. Hawkeye still around here, still has Burst Strike as well as Epicenter. His mana is still up quite high. Lands a Burst Strike up on the chin, but the micro is still there. So the net was there. Gush as well. There's the Century, and that is a kill again for the Tidehunter. Double kill for him, and that is 3 heroes down. In total, even 4 if you count the Morphling with that as well, because they all came in to try and do something as a revenge for killing off the Morphling, but M5 picking up 3 heroes there in the jungle. So doing a good job at that, without even having those really strong mid-game heroes. Of course, they used the Ravage, they used the Sonic Waves, they used basically everything to get them down, but definitely worth it. At the same time, everything was left alone in the bottom lane. Cedo was able to chip away some HP of this bottom tier 2 tower, which is of course the danger of the Broodmother. We've seen it so many times before. What are they gonna do? Illusions. Oh, they're waiting for the stack to be happening. Second, the Ancient's getting some farm here. Solid farm for Chen, who does have his mechanism now, so has got that one secured. As right now for the Radiant team, I don't think they have their mechanism still. I mean, nobody is really building for it either. I mean, we've had the Morphling building towards his BKB, which is actually a really good item. Well, Crystal Main, are you okay? Crystal Main's the ultimate Frostbite solo has to blink out from this one. He dies! Solo Crystal Maiden taking on a Queen of Pain. Safa Doom using all his mana, but so worth it. 1 versus 1, Queen of Pain, Crystal Maiden. Who knew that it was Crystal Maiden that was gonna come out ahead? Not me, for sure. Smoke up, Sand King, Leshrac, Morphling. They're gonna go for Steedoy. They have got Sentry Wards? No, they have got only Dust. Steedoy backs out, no surprise. There's the Dust, yeah. Steedoy, I mean, if you're gonna come there with the Morphling Reforming, you kinda know what's gonna go on, so good call there. They're gonna go for Roshan instead. I mean, they have the Chen that is a hero that you can take the Chen with fairly early, purely because you have your creeps to tank up Roshan, of course, and Tidehunter, very tanky hero, can do that as well. So, 18-minute Chen, definitely not all that early, I have to say, but it's okay. There is a ward here for the Radiant set, so it could be that they saw that going on right there. New ward being placed by the Crystal Maiden here, as we see, yeah, well, where are they going? There are they going. Tidehunter, he has a Ravage, used it, lands on 3, gets frostbitten though. Spawn Spiralings up on the Leshrac, Sonic Wave goes through, does it on 2, and it's Morphling that picks up the Tidehunter. Leshrac dies as well, BKB activated by Morphling as he's trying to get away. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, 4 seconds on up on Nexus, and he goes down as well as the Windrunner. Leshrac buys back, Windrunner buys back. As Queen of Pain still managed to pick off the Crystal Maiden on the side. And Hawkeye and Fields looking for a target, finding Solo. 3 seconds down. She just bought back. She should not die again. Actually, she did not buy back. She didn't even die. Solo didn't die. Sorry for that one. I really thought that she died there. What's gonna say? Oh well. Broodmother still picks up the Sand King. And it's Grumpy that did buy back. Is gonna be on the run here. Will be enough though. Power shot as well. Spawn Spiralings, and it is a double kill for Cedoy on his Broodmother, who has got his well, is very close to his Orchid of the Malevolence. And we saw 2 buybacks, one on the Leshrac who died again, and one on the Windrunner who did not die again. So it is M5 that, in the end, is victorious, not only because they take Roshan as a reward, but also because they force out some extra gold from Dare, and Dare just Well, they got some kills, but it was just not enough. Just not enough.
Death can't catch me now.
Nope, it can't. It is Windrunner that picks up the Aegis. Which is actually not what I was expecting. But then again, I mean, Queen of Pain, she's going for an Aghanim's. She's not really died that much. She's got 6 for 3 in the meantime. Middle lane, we have Nexus, 2 seconds stun. Guys landing on nose. Windrunner able to Windrun away. Now Dread on the run there. But it is Nexus they're going to try to chase. Nexus has an Aegis though, so wouldn't really do that much good. But yeah, BKB up on the Morphling. Like, normally that's not an item that we see first on the Morphling. And in this case, it is mostly because I already said the strength that M5 has. They have team fight, and what can you do against a team fight? What can you do against a Ravage? You can BKB. Sonic Wave, same story. So a good fight at that, a good thing at that is he just counters what is most dangerous to him. Although just now we didn't see it really work all that much because obviously he uses BKB after the Ravage, so was able to do it. It's gonna be a 2-second setup on Dread here on this top lane. Knows gonna have to run away. Knows that Dread will be sent back. Burrow Strike still happens, but that doesn't matter. Frostbite up on the chin. Shackle doesn't latch. Sonic Wave from the back, and the shout Nose drops to the Queen of Pain as Crystal Maiden is getting chased down. Still uses her ultimate, but will drop. Queen of Pain double kill, but Queen of Pain dies to the Morphling. Queen of Pain buys back this time though. Sentry Ward being placed as well. Hawkeye gonna try and CP out. Ravage being used, interrupting the teleport. And it is Windrunner that picks up the kill on the Sand King. Chen that picks up the kill on the Leshrac. And it is only Morphling that stays alive. And that is that team fight that I was talking about. Hand of God helping out as well. And 4 down for 1. Only the Queen of Pain died on the side of the Dire. And she bought back. And she has her Aghanim, so she's not all too sad about that one. I got a double kill before she died as well. And they're gonna continue the pressure on the mid tower by the looks of it. In the meantime, bottom lane getting some pressure from Cedo. He was gonna have show off his show off his Orchid. It's just a harassment for now though. He knows he can't really do that much. She died! Whoa! Yeah, that was overextension. Morphling, wait for him, adapt the strike, show him who's boss. And it just fails to just gets a free kill upon that Broodmother. Well, he'll think twice about trying to harass that Morphling again. Tier 2 tower getting harassed. No, it's just running in. Reality Rift. Stun is gonna hit 4 seconds, but 4 step was there as well. Crystal Maiden Nova helping out. Shackle latches Leshrac to the Crystal Maiden. Power shot kills off the Crystal Maiden, and it is a Shen that still dies to the Chaos Knight. But right now, it is gonna be Dare that is not gonna chase it anymore, and I don't blame them. It's just too risky. Tidehunter's there again as well, even though he did not have the Ravage anymore. Tier 2 tower still drops. As we saw the Queen of Pain TPing out from the bottom lane here as she landed some pressure on this tier 2 as well. Only 188 experience left. In the meantime, top lane is still not ended in 3 seconds stun up on the Tidehunter. But again, I said it at the start of the game, Tidehunter as well as Windrunner are just not that easy to kill off with that combination. Hawkeye is going to continue farming there though. And for now, the tower still stands in the mid lane, but it doesn't gonna last that much longer, especially now that Queen of Pain is gonna pressure it again. I mean, just needs a couple more right clicks. And Queen of Pain looks to be going for a BKB. Picked up an Ogre Club, and of course, there is those amazing 4-second stun coming off from those, so something that you really don't want to have happen. Meantime, Burrow Strike, Nexus, gonna try to Windrun away from that one. Adapt Strike will do some damage, 4-stop forward, and he's gonna be safe. And in the meantime, Gush still lands upon that Morphling. And Morphling instantly doesn't hesitate. Going into his replica in the meantime, Crystal Maiden by herself, still alive for now, goes down to still to the Broodmother. 3 seconds stun landing on the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain drops. Chaos Knight picking her off as Cedo on the way out. Do they have a gem? No, just dust. Just dust. And Morphling going for a Manta Style as the next item. More damage for him. Almost as it's complete as well. At least almost got the Yasha and then only the recipe, so in a way almost complete. The Chen, what is he gonna go for? He's picked up a Staff of Wizardry. Normally I would say that he would go for an Aghanims as well, purely because, I mean, that team fight just is their strong suit, and that heal is just so amazing every 30 seconds. Definitely would be a good addition, but maybe he's gonna go for something more protective for himself, like a, what they call a Yule Scepter. Well, or aggressive if he wants to put out that Morphling on a play, because Morphling is gonna get bigger and bigger. And that is just something that you're gonna have to deal with at some point. So Yule Scepter wouldn't be a bad item choice, as well as Windrunner maybe going still for that cheap stick, even though her farm hasn't been as great as it was at the start. She still picked up a Ultimate Orb, So let's see if that's going to be a sheep stick as I suggested earlier. Chaos Knight going for BKB now as well. Standard items for him: drums, threads, urn. Well, maybe urn not as standard, but BKB fairly standard. Oh, if there's one thing annoying in these tornadoes, my Fields is gonna pretend it's okay by still being forced back by it. It's just very annoying. Hawkeye has the blink dagger. You'll be able to burrow strike blink epicenter in whichever order you want it to be. Of course, it's gonna be epicenter, blink, burrow strike. But definitely some extra team fight coming off from there. Tidehunter now, however, also picking up that blink dagger. I mean, he hasn't has it in his bags just yet, but the courier's flying out with it. And that will be something that they will definitely make good use of. I mean, they have got a team fight. In the meantime, I haven't checked out the gold graph that much because a lot has been happening on the map as well. As it's seeming, I mean, you know what's going on. You know what strategies are up against each other, or what type, what they are going to go for. We see the gold graph in favor of M5. That is purely because of towers, as well as maybe slightly extra farm. I'm actually going to put up that, that one again, a net worth. Ooh, wait, patterns. Yeah, morphing into replicant. Look at how much damage he took from that. Well, of course, it was morphed into agility, most of it, so I guess that's logical. But yeah, it's an experience graph. Should be around the same thing. Again, 2,500 experience at this stage of the game is really not that much. And we see the morphling up very high on that net worth, but of course 3 heroes right behind him is all 3 dire side. It is the Broodmother as well as the Queen of Pain as well as the Windrunner, with Chaos Knight just not having as much farm. Even though, having said that, Chaos Knight doesn't need that much as the Morphling does. He's pretty powerful with his illusions already, with his crit. But definitely something to take into account. Blink and Ravage, it's on 3. It's the Sonic Wave that already kills off the Morphling as well as Savadoom. Blink, Burrow Strike, Epicenter, does what he can, but Hand of God will keep everything alive. Well, as well as the Mechanism Grumpy, you are gonna drop here, I think. Power Shot and 1 right click, triple kill for Solo. Reality Rip knows, doing what he can. Gonna get it, gosh, gonna get slowed down. Will he be dived? Burrow Strike still hits on 2 there. And is still tight under the drops on the side. Chaos Knight picking him off. Shackle does latch them together, but Chen still dies. Power Shot going through, nose goes down. Only one alive left is Hawkeye. He is gonna be fine because the rest backs off because the Tier 2 tower in the meantime didn't even drop yet. And that is the danger of being morphed so much into agility. That is what killed that Morphling. That Sonic Wave. He could not morph fast enough. That burst damage coming off from M5. It was just too much. And maybe that, well, they're not going to be able to take a tier 3 in return, but they're definitely going to try. Fortification will be popped. Some damage will be done. In the meantime, it's going to be Crystal Main that's back up again to support Hawkeye, who's still alive as well. Crystal Main, Frostbite on Solo. We've seen her done it before, but she's not going to be able to do it this time. But look at this pressure. I mean, Focus Fire, tier 3 tower still drops. We form in. Adapter Strike, Solo blinking away. Will be staying alive or will he not? No, he will not. Fields moving into his replica to get that kill. Cito on the way out. Dust is already popped though. Shackle, nice one. Grumpy and Field locked together. Crystal Main as well as Hawkeye not going to be able to do that much. Blinking, gonna go for creeps instead. Somehow Crystal Main still wants to go for this Windrunner, but you are just not fast enough, girl. I mean, they get the Queen of Pain, definitely something nice, but they lose their tier 3 tower. Something that is just very annoying, especially since this is on the lane where the Broodmother is at. So the moment you leave that Broodmother alone, this time she won't be chipping away at your tower, she will be chipping away at your barracks. And because of that distraction bottom lane, this tier 2 tower drops as well. I mean, we saw that being very low, of course. It only had like 180 experience left, and with the siege creep there, it would have died very fast. In the meantime, nice Shackle, Crystal Main to a 3 power shot as well. Reality Rift though, forced up forward from the Nexus, doesn't want to be there, still gets a 3-second stun in the face. Earn charge, Frostbite as well. Will there be more Wind Run on cooldown? And I don't think she can get away from this one, but she still had the Aegis though. So she should be fine, unless Chaos Knight's gonna be able to get lucky again. The Shrek stun is not hitting. Reality Rift goes for the Chen instead. In the meantime, from the side, we're just gonna follow this one. Chen is gonna get a lot of trouble. Use this mechanism, still has Hand of God as well. Will not use it. It will go down. Tidehunter in the meantime on the back, picking up a Crystal Main still. And it's 1-for-1, a Chen for a Crystal Main, support for support. Although having said that, Chen support is a bit more important than Crystal Main support for the teams. But still, it is an exchange of kills, which is better than just getting, of course, one death on your team, or one death on your team. Better have something in return for it. Now we see Talon building towards an assault cuirass. Gonna go for a bit more tanky so he can blink in, ravage, and then do some extra, staying alive a bit longer. Of course, he did die in that previous fight on the side, though after the main of the fight was already done, of course. And Roshan, I mean, I have to say, I was quite surprised that the Aegis was still up on Windrunner, because it must have been so very close. It must have been so close that the Roshan was up again. And Roshan is up again right now, and M5, they're just going to go for it again, and they will be challenged though. Spiderlings will scout them out, so it's going to be no surprise if they're going to come in on that. They do have Blink Epicenter, if they want to go for that. BKB being built in the Sand King as well. And Tidehunter, of course, I mean, he's ready for that Ravage. He wants to take that team fight. I mean, if you're playing a Tidehunter in the game, this is what you live for, those team fights. That is going to be your main job. Queen of Pain picking up the Aegis. Windrunner away from on the Nexus. They're gonna go for fails. Will they be able to get it? Weave form through the low ground. Should be fine. Moving into strength. Still gets a gush. Blink after. Pops his BKB. Should TP out. Will TP out. And should be fine with that as well. Taking still a lot of damage from that, but doesn't really matter as he is already home anyway. And it's gonna be there. That's being put in a bit of a tough spot right now. I mean, their freedom of farm is taken away slightly. I mean, we just saw Morphling already getting harassed out of his own jungle. Pressure is going to come off again from M5 on the bottom lane. They want to get those racks. They don't want to give Dare any chance to continue farming. At the same time, this is going to be a 5-on-5 full head-on fight because everything is up on both sides. And if M5 really want to do this, then they really have to make sure that they have the advantage of the team fight. Striders in the meantime going to be trying to kill off some of these barracks. 3 tornadoes, 3 wildkins, most annoying creeps in the game. I mean, well, if they're not going to get challenged for these barracks, well, that will be an easy job. Dread is looking for a way to throw down a Ravage. In the meantime, though, these barracks are just going to get harassed, and they're not doing anything for Reality Rift. Leshraxton not hitting, and it's going to be Dread still alive, gets forced up forward. Barracks already destroyed, though, and now they back off. It's like, okay, you know what, we got a barracks, we're fine, we're backing off. Got what we came for. And why did they not challenge him? Well, they tried to go for the tide. Obviously, if they run in, that Ravage is just so threatening right now. They need to pick up the tide, perhaps, before doing anything else. But right now, I mean, they're not trying to do anything. They're just letting them M5 killing off their barracks, and that is something that you don't see every day.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And M5, they think, you know what? It was so easy. Let's try it again in the middle lane. Tier 3 tower. Morphling in the meantime taking down the tier 2 on the top. He is no longer on his with his team. He is now again though he TP'd back towards the base. Tier 3 tower though getting harassed. Queen of Pain has a BKB now as well. Burst strike up on Dread. Still can do a Ravage if he wants to though. Reality Rift knows it's gonna be Cedar taking a lot of damage. Hand of God going through, but too late. Cedar already dropped. Failed to pop this BKB. Gonna go for the Chen. Picks him up as well. Double kill for Failed. Anchor smash. 4 seconds stalled on the tide though. In the meantime, where did I hear the burst? Queen of Pain trying to do what he can. Killed off the Leshrac. Ravage still being used. Nose getting picked off. Tidehunter gonna blink out of that base. Nice shackle here, by the way. Still gets a kill up on Hawkeye. Queen of Pain finishing it off. She will pay for that though. Pops the Aegis for that one. Force staff forward on the Windrunner, but Windrunner still drops Grumpy. Uses his dust. Gonna do what he can, but will still die. Triple kill for Solo on this Queen of Pain. In the meantime, it is still M5. They're getting ahead. I mean, the Aegis got popped on Solo. The Chen and Windrunner getting killed off as well as the Broodmother, but Broodmother actually bought back and is back here once more. Did he buy back? Yeah, he bought back. And it is going to be M5 that's just going to take these barracks. I mean, Morphling's still alive, yeah, but not for long by the looks of it. Taking a lot of damage, has his BKB up once again. Going to try to take down Solo before anything else. Gets it. Now as a backup, still Morphling at the strength, will be staying alive. But it's not enough. Queen of Pain actually buys back as well. TPs to the tier 2 that they still have standing. And should be back here if they want to continue going for this. But that is 2 sets of barracks. And in theory, what was just one push-in coming off from M5. Spiderlings for Hawkeye. That'll teach him. That'll teach him for sure. So we see the gold graph. It is indeed dropping more towards M5. We have 10k in favor for them right now with the experience graph. Still not as much difference though. I mean, kills are still fairly even. It is 5k still in favor of M5. And well, that is just because they get the later kills in the game. And later kills mean more experience than earlier kills. And Dare are now left without 2 of their bases. And I mean, in theory, they still have every opportunity to win. I mean, they have the Morphling, which is definitely a better late game carry than whatever M5 can throw at them if you consider full inventories. But at the same time, the biggest problem they have right now that 2 of their lanes are down to only half the farm. We see the gold popping up, and it is the top lane that still has all the farm. In the meantime, we have Nose being turned into a piglet. Nice shackle up on Fields and Hawkeye. Crystal Main throwing down her ultimate, but Tito has a BKB. He doesn't care. Crystal Main already drops to the Chen. Burst strike hits on 3. Solo already getting picked up. Morphling picking that one up. Epicenter as well, and there goes the Chen. And it is Tito that's gonna have to back off from this one. He doesn't have a web. He doesn't have a cooldown. He will drop double kill by Nose. Windrun on the way out. Tidehunter trying to back off as well. Wasn't even able to be there in time. No blinking Ravage for him. Shackle latches on Hawkeye still. But it is Nexus that gonna have to back off. 4 staffs forward. Gonna find a tide. Power Shot will still try to do whatever they can. They have to stop this from happening. They have to stop maybe a push in that might come into the tier 3. BKB up on the Sand King, and they actually teleport down towards the base once more, towards their base. Because the middle lane was gonna push in. Bottom lane is about to push in. In the meantime, Fails getting turned into a piglet once again, morphing into strength. Sub versus 2, both Dread and Nexus. Nice shackle. They still have the Ravage if they want to use it. Reform up for Morphling as well, though. He makes an illusion, should be fine. Both Red and Nexus know that they can't really do anything there. Power Shot, not gonna hit anymore. Kill off the creep wave, and that's it. And by the way, that is indeed the demonstration of Windrunner having her having her device complete. And that was a reality drift and a crit up on the Windrunner. And that was also a double damage rune. Painful. Chaos Knight, he is gonna build towards a Manta style, probably, just to have more illusions of himself. More confusion. Chen did manage to pick up a 4 staff, so still an item that is helpful to save himself rather than usual scepter. But 4 staff will be the case here. And an ultimate orb, I do think also Sheepstick, they have to have more to get that Morphling under control. If Broodmother is going to build towards a Butterfly, we already saw his BKB is down to 8 seconds right now. But a Butterfly will be a nice item to have. He has to be sort of a semi-carry here, just like the Queen of Pain, who hasn't got that much more since the last time we saw her, because she bought back. She's got BKB already, and of course the Egonymous, which you already saw. And that is everybody on the Dire side, which makes us jumping to the Radiant side just to check up on those items. We have Leshrac still not having that much. He's got bracers, he's got threads, and of course he's been warding around the place as well. And, well, support Leshrac, what more can you ask for? Chaos Knight, we saw him already. Morphling, he has got an Eye of Skadi complete right now. I mean, we saw his Manta, we saw his BKB, but Eye of Skadi now ready as well, which could mean the beginning of the end for M5, even though they do have 2 barracks. It will really depend on how they are going to play this. It is all coming down to captaining right now, taking advantage of the thing that you can take advantage of, and not being shut down too much, or not feeling shut down too much, because that is, of course, a thing that can really hurt you. If you feel like you can't farm on the map anymore, you are not going to be farming on the map anymore. But 3 heroes gathering up on the top lane for M5. I mean, last time they stood at the base of Dare, they were able to pick up a melee barracks without getting harassed at all. I mean, yeah, okay, Tidehunter got a reality after the frostbite, but that was the only one, and he stood very far forward, to be fair. He was just waiting for an opportunity to ravage. But it is the pushing power from M5 and the threat of that Ravage that's just making Dare afraid to go in by the looks of it. This time they might be a bit more confident with Morphling being a bit higher up there. And Nose actually looking for something. Gotta find the Chen. 4 staff forward though, 2 seconds stun. He can't go in on that, not by himself anyway. Morphling clearing out the creep rate by himself right here with the help of the teammates. And it's M5 that is feeling that Dare is indeed a bit more aggressive. So they are gonna go back home. They're gonna push out the lanes. They're gonna try to give themselves a bit of more of an edge before going into that top lane once more. Oh, and just a slight note, by the way, after this match, for StarLadder there will be a match between Dare and Next KZ, and I wasn't going to cast that, but at the same time, at 7, there is going to be a match for Gosu League, it's gonna be Gamers League versus... Actually, it's gonna be versus Next KZ, so what am I talking about? One can start before the other is finished, so we'll probably just do whichever ones come first and just follow Next KZ after that one. So that will be the case. Never mind me. I'm talking nonsense. Oh well. But I'm gonna cast Gosu League, of course, after that one. But we'll see which one's gonna come first. Because we'll just wait and see. Which one will be delayed. So right now, we see Dare, they are quite happy right now. I mean, they've managed to hold off that push that was on the top lane. And even though they have got 2 barracks, they have got a Morphling that is definitely farmed. I'm going to put that up. Look at that. Look at that net worth. It is 5k higher than the second highest on the map. And the second highest is Seeroy, who is a Broodmother. And it's just not that good of a hard carry as Morphling is. Of course he's going to try, but he's just not, it's just not the same. But yeah, see, knows. 4 seconds down upon Dread. He doesn't know that there's more around the corner though. But the creeps from Chen actually blocking out Suido for a moment. BKB being popped, Shrexon helping out. Blink, Epicenter, Burrow Strike. And it is Dread that's already dead before throwing down a Rabbit. Hand of God going through, buyback from the Tide. We'll be back here shortly as we see the Chen being picked off with a 4 second stun on his head. Suido being picked off as well. Monster kill for Failed with a double kill. And it's Roshan that goes the way of Dare right now. It is still Windrunner tries to do something to Hawkeye here, but he can't do anything. No Chen, no Broodmother, and Tylenteer is there, but he can't really do anything just now. Depth of Strike will scare off the Queen of Pain, who just blinks to a different side in the trees, but it's Roshan that they cannot do anything against, unless they want to try blinking in and picking him off. Oh, Hawkeye, what are you going to do there? Maybe they want to blink and steal it. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. We heard someone being turned into a piglet. Rabbit's being used. Sonic Wave as well. And Queen of Pain gets the Aegis. Roshan being taken care of by the Dire Morphling and kills a dying double kill for Solo. Triple kill for Solo as he gets the last hit on the Leshrac as well. And it is M5 that with big plays managed to get the Roshan, managed to get the Aegis, managed to get 3 kills on top of that Seedoy. So he fails buying back because he can. But wow, I mean, Dare, they knew all the time that they were waiting there. They had Hawkeye sitting there. They knew what could be coming. They chose to ignore it. And they paid for it. Highest price possible. Carry getting picked off. Roshan being last hitted by the Dire. Aegis being stolen. Nice plays coming off from M5. And they are definitely... in favor once more, and I say once more, though Morphling, of course, he bought back, and he managed to pick up the cheese, actually, so that's quite nice for him. But it is still a very, 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 very dangerous Morphling, so I'm curious to see if they're actually going to be able to take that down, but we'll see. We'll see. It is so hanging in the balance right now. Everything is still possible in this match, and that's not something that you would say if you have 2 barracks down on one side. I mean, it's just one good team fight that M5 needs, but it's probably 2 good team fights that Dare needs. And right now, M5 is going to try to go for it. If they pick up the Morphin this time, there will be no buyback, and that is why you have the buyback status up there again, just to see you have that ticking down. Because of course, M5 has the same problem right now. I mean, they had the Titan to buy him back in the previous game, previous fight, which is not really ideal. So he doesn't have gold to buy back just yet, or no cooldown. Queen of Pain doesn't have buyback, also a hero that you kind of want that on. Queen of Pain hanging around the side there. I'm not sure if they want to be there. Got herself a Veil of Discord, by the way, so more magical damage from her. At the same time, of course, there are 3 BKBs up on the Radiant side, with the 4th one being built upon the Shrek. And Crystal Maiden has got herself no BKB, but some Braces and Tranquil Boots. Queen of Pain blinking in there. Sonic Wave as well as the Veil of Discord. But it's not going to be able to do that much. Penance going down, and there's the Replicant into the illusion. Solo was just hoping that Fails would be morphed into his agility enough to go down from that burst damage coming up from Solo, but wasn't as lucky as he was earlier. 2,700 gold up on the Morphling. He definitely will have buyback as soon as his timer ticks out. In the meantime, it's going to be a 4-second stun up on a Chen, but here comes support. BKB by nose is going to TP out. Will be safe. He didn't know the Queen of Pain as well as Tide were still hanging around the Solo, just hiding back inside the jungle. Dread as well. They're just waiting, and I mean, everybody sees that moving in there. Oh, Solo just blocked in everybody. This is just having fun. Shit, actually gonna escape out. We're using the force staff. But yeah, everybody saw that movie in there, so that was just having some fun. With the ward here by the radiant, of course, as well. Nighttime up on us again. Less vision for everybody. Let's see if they're gonna be able to push in. If they're gonna try even. I mean, Windrunner is still farming, has got herself a Demon's Ash, probably gonna go for MKB. An item that is really useful if you are trying to siege your opponent. You can of course hit the tower from the low ground and not have any misses, which is very useful in this situation. So that will be an item for her most likely, as we see Queen of Pain probably gonna go down. In the meantime, it is a Windrunner that gets taken down here as well. Didn't really know which one to follow. Queen of Pain still not managed to kill off Savadoom, and Savadoom will be out. BKB is by Solo. Overextension coming off from Solo right here. And Windrunner, I mean, we saw her in the forest farming, and there's the ward here. Up here, of course, we have a stun going off. It is on Solo, 4 seconds. Reality Rift as well. Burst Strike as well. Solo, not a stun to follow up, and that is the Aegis being popped. And that is going to be Solo able to blink out of that one, at least that time. Gonna still be put in a lot of trouble though. Blink on cooldown, stuns to follow, and Chaos Knight picking up the kill, and this is huge. She does not have buyback. In the meantime though, pressure is gonna come in. This is the Broodmother with all the Spiderites able to do the job, but Hawkeye will make quick use of that, killing off the Spiderites as he goes, getting some extra gold up on his sleeve. But it is there. That is definitely in a good position right now, for sure. And M5, it feels like they kind of thought it was in the back, but I have to say, if there's a Morphling on the other side that is disarmed, it is not in the back. It is not. And maybe they're going to be paying for that. Tier 2 tower that is still standing, I don't think it's going to be standing that much longer. Fortification will still go off, maybe try to delay it slightly. And they actually make them believe that that is indeed, I was going to say, they made them believe that that was the illusion. Fails getting turned into a chicken here, or a piglet rather, getting shackled. Fails! Ravage! He is dead! He does have buyback, however. We see Nose turning up his BKB. He's gonna try to TP out. Maybe there's gonna be enough burst damage. There he is! Broodmother picking up the last hit, and it's Chaos Knight that buys back first. Morphling can buy back, is not doing it just yet. Gonna wait and see how much trouble they're actually in. But it's M5 that is making sure that they're not going to be feeling overconfident again. It's just picking up, using everything they can to pick up the 2 carries. Because that's the point. There were only the 2 carries from there on that side. And what's left is only supports. Still Sand King can be called a support kind of here. Even though he has a BKB. He's picked up a Ghost Scepter as well. Of course, very useful against that Broodmother. But he has to make sure that the Queen of Pain cannot do anything against that. Or cannot be around him when he is there. And we actually have Queen of Pain TPing to the bottom tier 2 tower. Buyback from the Morphling now, as the rotation from M5 comes towards the tier 3. The Shrek Sun clearing out some of the creeps, and it is actually M5 that decides not to go for that. After forcing out that buyback from the Morphling, that is all they came for, so that's all they want. I find it quite funny that it's actually the Crystal Main that is the only one that actually has a buyback. Not something that you see all that often, Jen. I think you better run. Crystal Maiden, no Frostbite, because the Force Staff was there, very useful. And the dust is on, by the way. Both the Morphling and the Shrek still dusted up. Smoked up, I should say. But they're not going to be able to find anyone. In the meantime, Solo has been able to push down the bottom lane. Well, it's not that big of an accomplishment with having those creeps supporting you, those mega creeps. No, range melee creeps. Mega thingies. But, well, can't really go in on that. It does force everybody back to the base, though. I mean, it's just that risk of your tier 4 towers. And I have to say, they're doing an okay job defending their tier 4s. Though, it is the biggest risk right now. I mean, yeah, they are definitely holding their ground. And it's definitely going well for them as they keep the gold graph even. Experience graph is going up and down. And really, we cannot say anything about this with the experience graph there. I mean, 7,500 experience is actually quite nice in favor of M5, but we have seen it can all turn around just in a heartbeat. I mean, it has turned around in a heartbeat. Look at that. Boom. So, it is really nothing that we can say about that. And we see they're looking for openings, but at the same time, they cannot leave their base that long because, I mean, this push-in, 2 siege creeps, a lot of range, this will hurt their their tier 4 so much, so they have to spend some effort in trying to defend them. They're actually going to have Morphling with the Chaos Knight there just in case it's needed. And they're going to try to find heroes of M5, but M5, they've decided to wait. They've got the Sheever's Guard actually up on the Tidehunter, so no Assault Grass. But still, I mean, you blink in, you pop your Sheever's Guard, so very useful. You're in the midst of everybody, it affects everybody. But it's a failed smoke coming up from there. They cannot do anything here, and we're forced to defend our base once more. And while we wait for the teams to form up, I just need to drink a sip of water, because I've been talking a lot this game. There we go. And we follow Field in the meantime, because that's the one that we have to keep an eye on. The one that we have to see is going to be able to do something. And we actually only have one ward up by the Radiant side right now. This one is just it's new, so we might see another one being put up there shortly again after. And Crystal Maiden, yeah, Crystal Maiden is probably gonna look for a ward position. Right now she's being chased by creeps though. But yeah, it is that's the only vision that the Radiant side has. As for the Dire side, they don't have any wards up whatsoever, which is quite something that is, I really don't know why they don't have that, because for M5 the major thing to do right now is pick off 1 or 2 heroes and then go for the base, like they did earlier with the Morphling and the Chaos Knight. Or maybe raid around for Roshan. We don't even see them warding off the Roshan yet. Queen of Pain is going to be a human ward though. This is fun. But I mean, to do that, to pick up 1 or 2 heroes before going for a team fight, you kind of need to have vision on the map to be able to know where you can pick up those heroes. And it's gonna be M5, the first one in here. Instead of the first one in here for the Roshan. I mean, it was only 10 minutes ago that we saw them picking up the Roshan after leaving Dare to do all the works for damage-wise. But right now, I mean, both teams know Roshan is up again, and we see already Dare already scouting out with the Morphling illusion, knowing what's coming. M5 backs off. Just an illusion now, though, and they realize that. It is a bait. Crystal Maiden, you are bait. Frostbite up on Tidehunter. Nova there as well. Nose coming in second. 3 seconds stun. Sheever's Guard already popped. There's a BKB. No rabbits for Dread. He kind of has to buy back, and he does. He will hunt again. He is back. And with that buyback, Dare is not going to be making the same mistake as they did earlier. They are going to back off. And actually, they are going to TP to the top tower because it is Chen that's coming in with an army of creeps. I mean, that's the thing. If you leave your base for too long, like I said earlier, Dare does not have that freedom to do that anymore. And it is M5 that therefore can pick up that the Aegis, can pick up that Roshan. Unless we're going to have some big plays coming out from the Morphling, but it doesn't look like it. And it is the Brute this time that picks up the Aegis. And they blink in on from the tide, gonna go for something, gonna find a Crystal Maiden, but the Shackle was too late to interrupt the DP. Oh, didn't lunch. Moving of trees definitely worked. In the meantime, whoa, Sand King. That is a buyback from the Sand King. That is Winfred picking that one up, and that is overextension from the Sand King. He was all by himself. He was trying to TP out, obviously, but was not able to do so. And was forced to buy back. I mean, that's why I have the buyback stage on. That is so important right now. More important than how much gold everybody has. Because we see, well, we do see Morphling being on 5k gold. And I have to say, I mean, the experience graph is going to mean a lot less soon as well. Because this game, 53 minutes as it's going on right now. And the experience graph will at some point flatten out if everybody turns to level 25. Let's see the level difference for now. We have a level 17 Crystal Maiden and a level 18 Chen, as well as a level 19 Lashrak. That's the lowest 3 levels. The rest is all level 22, 23, 25, 22, 20, even 25, 22. It's still in favor of M5 though. They just have more heroes up on the higher levels, but it is not going to mean that much anymore, as said. And now we see the Chen actually building towards... Yep, I'm kind of hoping still an Aghanim Scepter. But, well, he wants to go for Sheepstick at some point as well. But he's got 3,400 gold. He could buy an Aghanim if he wanted to right now. But maybe he's just saving for buyback. Because if a Chen dies before he could use the Hand of God. It is always worth it in a team fight to buy back. Use your Hand of God to help out the rest of your team stay alive longer. And Mantis style still not completed up on the Chaos Knight, not having that much farm as he's being shut down on his farm. And we see right now F5 making sure all the lanes are going to be pushed out into the base of there as a tier 3 tower. I mean, it is very slowly but very steadily that this tower is going to get killed off. Ravage blink in. There's the Sonic Wave as well as the Veil of Discord helping out for the extra damage. Crystal Maiden dies, buys back. Blink burst like epic dread drops, but he already did his Ravage, so not that much trouble anymore. Chen dying, he can buy back if he wants to. Sand King dying by the Queen of Pain, as we have Nexus getting frostbitten. Sava Doom, he already bought back and he dies once more. Windrunner getting the last hit on that one, fails. Gonna try to do what he can. 4 seconds stun up on Cedoy. Shackle doesn't latch. Nose. Reality ripped up onto Cedoy. No Shackle once more. Nose will drop though. Cedoy, he already has, well, he had an Aegis, so he will be back up again. And it's only Leshrac and Fails that are back up once more. Fails got turned into a chicken though. He can still morph into his strength, but as soon as he's out, he's getting silenced right away, but he's still morphing. Nice stun from Leshrac. Lightning as well. Nova eating BKB on there. And there's Morphling once more, gonna try to do what he can. Cedoy wanted to go on the barracks for now. Shackle latches to his own illusion, and now they can go on the barracks. Buyback for the Morphling, and he could still do this. He could still try and defend it. And he needs to too. There goes the first barracks, and this will be Mega Creep for M5. M5, who is gonna be taking on a Morphling that is so farmed right now, and Cedoy, Solo blinks back, and that is Mega Creeps. And that is Grumpy getting silenced up and getting killed off still on the side. And I would not be surprised if we see the GG coming out of there right now, because, yeah, there we go. GG, well played, and I have to say, well played on both teams. I mean, if we look at the lineups from both teams on paper, and with the start that Dare had, you would not expect M5 to be throwing out such a good game. But with just good positioning, I'm gonna say something that I normally don't say. I'm gonna say I think slightly outplayed. So it is gonna be M5 that takes the win this game. It is gonna be M5 that takes the win over Dare. Of course, they already had secured their spot towards Kiev, but maybe they're still gonna be able to pick up the first place in the standings to get, of course, most of the money for the StarLadder League top 8 places. And we're gonna jump ourselves to the next game. And in the meantime, Windrunner, by the way, picked up a Divine Rapier. That's why we saw. I saw her focus fire down. I think it was Fails, but it went very fast. Anyway. Next game gonna come up very shortly, so stay tuned for that one, and don't go anywhere, because more Dota 2 action gonna be coming up right now. And another Divine Rapier up on Queen of Pain. What? More Divine Rapiers, please.